Alright, today is already Friday, if you can believe it. It hasn't been a great week for me, but there have been a couple of high spots, and today was one of them. I got some good mail in today, two things in the mail. Unfortunately, no TTMs and no eBay purchases necessary. Well, there are eBay purchases, but they're more, well, we'll get into that right now. So the first thing was from Richie Money, or Richard G. Strack, off of eBay, and there's his contact information if you can read that. Basically, Richie Money, he sells discount stamps and numerous other things, and I always buy these. So I think I save $4 or $5 on postage, and I get free shipping here. We'll see what we got in this one. I didn't see the exact image because the scan or the image kind of got blurred at the end, but yeah, I said, you know what? I want some of these kind of stamps here. This one works out really pretty good because there's a bunch of 10s in here, which I need. Well, just ignore this little piece of Scotch tape here, if we can get that open here. It's one of the things here. Anyway, I've destroyed the envelope here and some of the contents, but they're going to go on an envelope. Try to break Scotch tape in half. It can't physically be done without damaging the end stuff there, but it's one on plastic, so nothing important here. But he always likes to take complete sheets that might have been worth a little bit of money. He could have probably got something for this on eBay, but there's a complete sheet of 29s. Here is a partial sheet, maybe even a complete sheet. No, that's a partial sheet of 29s there. This one here is some flowers, not my favorite subject, but they will work. They will go on the outside for TTM envelopes, so that's what they're good for. The nice thing about these is they're not flags and they're not fake. That is one of the biggest people tell me, oh, I don't understand stamps, I don't buy them, I stay away from them, or I just buy only these. This was a nice booklet here. Unfortunately, it kind of fell apart here, but I'm not saving the booklet here. These are We the People stamps here, Establish Justice and Secure, Do Ordain, all that good stuff here. It's like coming apart there, so anyway, that will become another book. And I thought I had some Ameripex stamps here, but I'm not sure. Well, I've got these. Unfortunately, that's kind of one that would have fit in my book. I've got a damaged one of those in my book because it's got tape all over it. So unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be able to use that for TTM. It got folded in there, but I think that's how it came folded. And then maybe these are the ones. I don't know. I thought I was getting some Ameripex stamps in there, but it doesn't matter. They're all going to work for my postcards. Two of these is a postcard, so that's pretty good. And then a whopping pile of 10-cent stamps, which I could use big time. These are the ones that will cancel, and the new ones will not. So, like I said, nothing against the post office. Well, yes, their stamps stink. And I just bought some Charlie Brown stamps. And the tiniest print that you ever saw, or the thinnest print you ever saw, basically the Charlie Brown stamp looks like a sticker that a kid could peel off and play with and do stuff with. And then the tiniest, faintest font on the bottom, it says Forever. Yeah, well, I mean, it just, you know, whoever designed that stuff, you really need to have Forever in big, bold letters saying Forever. So you know exactly what that is. Or United States Postal Service or something on there denoting that it's actual freaking stamp. And then there's one right in the center, a Charles Schultz thing that is not a Forever stamp, I believe. It's just the center design. Somebody will probably put that on thinking that they can use that as a stamp. So many people take these little edgings and use it, not these, but the other, you know, the decorations, and think they're stamps. I've seen that on letters. The post office, one of the clerks showed me all the illegal stamps that people put on their Christmas seals and United Nations stamps and all kinds of crazy things. And of course, people trying to cut there's envelopes that come with a pre-sorted stamp or whatever on it. That's actually part of the envelope, and people cut those out and glue them onto another envelope thinking they could use that. Can't do that. That's bad stuff. In fact, one of the clerks told me that there was some hazardous materials that was sent media mail, and hazmat or the police came out, and a guy got arrested and went off to jail because I said, did you allow him back to the post office? She said, I don't know, I think he's in jail right now, or something to that effect. So don't use the wrong services for the wrong things. Already 4.5 minutes. This is a very cool photograph. This is from 1989, 1990. It doesn't say, yes it does. It's stamped 1990, but I think it's a 1989 team here, yeah. Emmy Award-winning Science Magazine returns for its 7th season, Sunday, October 8th, 1989. And this is none other than Newton's Apple. This is David Heel, or David Hale. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Heil. And those are the two co-hosts right there. He was the second. Ira Flatow was the first host of Newton's Apple on PBS. And I thought this was a really cool photograph. I don't know who the dog is there. I should know, but maybe it's just a... but there is Newton's Apple 7th season. This guy's right out of Portland, Oregon. And I just cannot for the life of me, if I ever wrote to him, B, if I have a picture of him besides this one, and C, if I wrote and it didn't come back, or I need a picture or anything. So it's going to be a costly mistake, if I send this to him and I get nothing back. But he's, like I said, he's just down the street. What I mean down the street is like an hour plus in Portland. That's his address, current address. So I'm going to send it off to his business or whatever and see how that works out. Hopefully I'll come back because this is the only one on eBay. It's one of those deals where Historic Images has their photographs for, I don't know, usually like $15, $20, $25, somewhere in that range. Historic Images on different sites. I was able to peel off their sticker. It usually does not leave any residue, but it left some kind of stuff there. I don't like to have their advertising on there because I don't want people to get the wrong idea that I'm going to resell this or do something, or they might look up Historic Images and try to figure something out there. But this would be cool to get this autographed here because it's part of my childhood, essentially. I think I was in 8th or 9th grade when this was still running, and I think it ran till the mid-90s. I'm not really sure exactly when they finished, what season they finished off on, but I think it's a cool picture, and it would look great signed right in this spot here. That's why I chose this image. There was about 5 or 10 different, but essentially Historic Image was having a sale, and the cheapest you can usually get is about $10. It used to be $6 or $7 back in the day, but that's the cost of doing business, getting the exact picture you want. Yes, I could probably have gone to Google Images and printed something out myself, but it wouldn't have been nice as this, not as official as this, and certainly no historical importance other than whatever I had done. This has got a Kodak printing on it on the back of it, so I just think it's really cool. Nancy Gibson, David, and Peggy Knapp. And you never know. I might send it to him and he might be still in contact with those other people and they might sign it. We will see how that goes. Hopefully it won't be signed in pen and scratched through the photograph. That's happened numerous times. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you're getting in. Check out Richie Money on eBay because he does a cool job of the stamps there. You get a good deal and you get something you might be able to throw in a stamp album. And thank you for watching.